Well, hello and welcome to our choir concert for this Christmas season, Shines the Light, as Andrew and Karen have just launched a wonderful afternoon time for you to gather in this season of music and celebration. We're so glad that you can be here joining us where you are. This is, as you can imagine, not at all how we planned it to be. We all imagined a wonderful gathering here of faces looking back at the choir, but that's just not to be for now, as we had to make some very hard decisions and balance many things going into this season with what's going on around us. So we are continuing to give thanks for what can happen and absolutely giving thanks for all the incredible amounts of time and effort and care that have gone into preparing for this afternoon by our choir. There's been a few nights where I have been in my office and still can hear the sounds of the rehearsal coming through the walls, and I've known what this afternoon would be like. So I'm really glad that we still have this way to be together. So we invite you to sit back, grab something, maybe like a coffee or a tea to enjoy. Please don't be shy about singing along. The choir really wants to know that you're there enjoying every moment, and above all, that you feel the light that comes through this time and this celebration. So I will say thank you to all, and we'll get on with the concert.
Good afternoon. What a beautiful way to open our Shines the Light concert. Thank you so much, Andrew and choir. My name is Karen Seagrave, and you will be stuck with me. I am honored to be here as your MC this afternoon. Light is one of the most essential parts of our lives. Everything beautiful that we see and appreciate is because of light reflecting off it and coming to our eyes. Lights brighten up our lives literally and figuratively. It makes everything more beautiful. We decorate our homes on different occasions with lights to make them prettier and better. Some cultures in the world even have their own festival of light. Did you know that light doesn't have any mass? Well, of course it doesn't, otherwise they would call it heavy. I don't usually tell people my light puns. I tend to rather keep them in the dark. But let's continue our celebration now with Jane Pritchard singing the Schubert Ave Maria.
Ave
No water?
She said it's time for the baby. I wanna see his face. Nothing's gonna be the same in this old world. Everything changes tonight. All the sheep in the meadow, all the cows in the corn, telling one another that the child was born. First the sky got quiet, then the songs began. They were ringing at the heavens about the Son of Man. Nothing's gonna be the same in this old world. Everything changes tonight. So light up the windows and ring all the bells. We're going to call this baby Emmanuel. We're going to call him Jesus. We're going to call him Christ. We're going to call him Savior. We're going to call him light. Faithful, please join us at home. This is about the time when I would say, please be seated. But I don't know whether you're standing or sitting or just what you're doing. I want to tell you that I brought someone special with me today. I'd like to introduce you to a friend of mine. Here, Goliath, come on out and meet everybody. Come on, here, boy, come on.
Karen, Goliath is here. Yup, yup, yup. Wait a minute. This isn't our usual church. Nope, nope, nope. It smells different. Were we kicked out? What did you do, Karen?
I didn't do anything, and we weren't kicked out, Goliath. I brought you here to visit our friends at Trinity United in Beamsville.
Well, that's okay, Karen. Goliath likes the smell here. It's a beautiful day and it's time to play. Yup, yup, yup. Hey, Karen, wanna go outside with me and make snow dogs? Huh? Do you?
Firstly, there's not really enough snow yet, Goliath. And secondly, we're here at Tech because Andrew asked me to help with their choir's Christmas concert.
Say what now?
Andrew asked me to be the MC.
Goliath doesn't know what that means. Nope, nope, nope.
Well, in this case, MC stands for Mistress of Ceremonies.
Are you allowed to say that in church, Karen?
It means that when there is time between the songs, when nothing else is happening, I can tell stories or even jokes so that there's no dead air.
Has Andrew heard your jokes? Yup, yup, yup. Dead. Why does Andrew want to make these nice people groan? How much are you getting paid for this torture?
Rude. I'm getting paid in friendship and hot chocolate. No money.
Well, that seems right about the pay.
Hey.
Are you gonna sing with the choir, Karen?
Not so anybody notices.
Goliath saw a choir last night. The equine choir.
The equine choir?
Oh, yup, yup, yup. He was awesome. Well, except for that Shetland pony.
What was wrong with the Shetland pony?
He was a little horse.
Oh, Goliath.
And he knew it too. He had a long face. You know what, Karen? We should start our own choir.
We already have a choir at 50 United.
I was thinking we should invite the chickpeas to join us.
What?
You know, the chickpeas. There's lots of them and they could hum us a tune.
Oh, this is getting worse. Goliath, you should falafel about that food joke. It smelt.
Well, that's not very funny, Kellen. Good thing you can play the piano. Well, sort of. Yup, yup, yup. Bye-bye.
Oh, bye, Goliath. Now let's get back to the wonderful Trinity United Choir and their presentation of Do You Hear What I Hear? Followed by Shines the Light.
cold outside.
I've got to go away.
But baby, it's cold outside.
This evening has been
Hoping that you dropped in.
very nice.
I'll take your hands there just like
The
ice.
weather will start to worry.
Beautiful, what's your hurry?
My father will be pacing the floor.
Listen to the fireplace roar.
So really I'd better scurry.
Beautiful, please don't hurry.
Well, maybe just half a drink more.
Put some records on while I pour.
Neighbors might think,
Baby, it's bad out there.
say, where is that drink?
No cabs to be had out there.
I wish I knew how.
Your eyes are like starlight now.
Break the spell.
I'll take your hat. Your hair looks swell.
Got to say no, no, no.
Mind if
sir.
I move in
At least
closer?
I'm gonna say that I tried.
What's the sense of hurting my pride?
Really can't stand.
Get over that old doubt. Baby, it's cold outside.
I simply must go.
But baby, it's cold outside.
The answer is no.
But baby, it's cold outside.
This welcome has been
How lucky that you dropped
so
in.
nice and warm.
Look out the window at that
My
storm.
sister will be suspicious.
Gosh, your lips look
My
delicious.
brother will be there at the door.
Waves on a tropical shore.
Maiden aunt's mind is vicious.
Gosh, your lips are
Or
delicious.
maybe just half a drink more.
Never such a blizzard before.
Got to go home.
But baby, you'll freeze out there.
Say, lend me your coat.
It's up to your knees out there.
You've really been great.
I thrill when you touch my hand.
Don't you see?
How can you do this thing to
There's
me?
bound to be talk tomorrow.
Think of my lifelong sorrow.
At least there will be plenty implied.
If you caught pneumonia and
I
died.
really can't stand.
Get over that old doubt. Baby, it's cold outside. Baby, but it's cold outside. Baby, it's cold outside.
So, my question for you is, what are you giving up for Advent? You know, Lent gets all the attention. There's Shrove Tuesday, Ash Wednesday, the daily giving up of chocolate and meatless Fridays, don't forget that. Lent has a lot of reminders, but Advent sort of sneaks up on us. For a string of Sundays, the sanctuary is decorated in autumn colors, signifying fall proper time in the church. And then the decorations totally change, and suddenly there's an Advent wreath out front and center with the 3 blue candles and the 1 rose candle. And as the days get shorter and the sun sets earlier, as the darkness grows outside, the light grows within the church. Light is God's first miracle. Let there be light, Genesis 1, chapter 3. And to this day, light expands, traveling at over 186,000 miles per second. It may seem, with all the natural disasters this past year, the hurricanes, the earthquakes, wildfires, pandemic, and of course, with all the man-made disasters such as racism, gun violence, drug dealing, that the days are getting darker. There are personal hurts and those of our families, loss, depression, long-held misunderstandings. We need the light to grow. With so much going on in the world, we ask ourselves, what can we do? We can remember. Memory sparks light, and Advent is the great memory of the church. We remember that God's first miracle, light, is also his most frequent. We remember that the creator of life made our human nature his own, and in his humanity began to form in the womb of Mary. We remember that Jesus, in his death and resurrection, has defeated death on its own ground and in the world's darkest place, the sealed tomb. Light, uncontainable, supernatural light began to grow, and it was the last place one would expect anything new to ever emerge. So what can we do? Hope is the light of Advent. Patient is the hope rehearsing, and patient is hope's favorite hiding place.
All right, you chipmunks, you ready to sing your song?
I'll say we are. Let's sing it then.
Okay, Simon?
Okay.
Okay, Theodore?
Okay.
Okay, Alvin? 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 Alvin!
Okay. Christmas, Christmas time is here. Time for joys and time for tears. We've been good, but we can last. Hurry, Christmas, hurry fast. The king that moves the blues. Me and Cat and Lulu. We can hardly stand the wait. Please, Christmas, don't be late.
All right. That's really good. Simon, that's very good.
Naturally.
Very good, Theodore. Alvin, you were a little, how do I say this, flat. Alvin? Alvin? Alvin! Come on.
Want a thing that loops the loop. Me, I want a hula-hoop. We can hardly stand the wait. Please, Christmas, don't be late. We can hardly stand the wait. Please, Christmas, don't be late. That was good.
No, I think we've had enough for today. No, I really think we've had enough today. Alvin, no, thank you, let's go. Go, we've had enough for today. Please don't take me away.
Who doesn't love the chipmunks, especially roasting over an open fire? What? No, it's a Christmas song. Chipmunks roasting on an open fire, barbecue sauce dripping on their toes. You know, it's not hard to mishear lyrics. Well, we've all done it. And once they're stuck in our brains, well, they are well and truly stuck, especially when it comes to Christmas carols and songs. As a child, I thought that Hark the Herald Angels Sings was about an angel named Harold. And when my grandson sings Jingle Bells on a one-horse open sleigh turns into Mucka Mucka Say. And because of a beloved junior choir director many years ago, to this day I cannot sing While Shepherds Washed. It always comes out, while shepherds washed their socks by night, all seated on the ground, the angel of the Lord came down and passed the soap around. Here are 10 of the most misquoted Christmas songs and carols. The number one is Joy to the World. The misquoted lyric, Joy to the world, the Lord has gum. Of course, it's the Lord is come. And the second one is, and makes the nations prudes. Of course, it's make the nations prove. Deck the Halls has a misquoted lyric, deck the halls with bras of holly. Of course, we know it's boughs. Frosty the Snowman has a couple as well, a corncob pipe and a butt and a nose. instead of corncob pipe and a button nose. Another one would be with a broom stuck in his head. Ouch. Of course, the broomstick is in his hand. Grandma got run over by a reindeer walking from the outhouse Christmas Eve. No, it's our house. And jingle bells, bells on Bob's tail ring, making spare ribs right. Of course, it's bells on bobtail's ring, making spirits bright. White Christmas, one of my favorite songs, is about children listening to hear sleigh bells in the snow. Of course, it's sleigh bells, not slave elves. Santa does not run a slave ring. In Winter Wonderland, the misquoted lyric is, "Later on we'll perspire as we drink by the fire." I have to admit that I used to sing perspire as well, instead of conspire. And here's one that I bet our lovely soloist doesn't even know, from the Ave Maria. The misquoted lyric is, "No beast pack a Tory booze." Of course, it's Latin, nobis peccatoribus. We didn't even know that the Tories had booze. Never mind. Oh, Holy Night is coming up, and the misquoted lyric from Oh, Holy Night is, "Fall on your knees, oh, hear the aged voices," or sometimes the ancient voices. I didn't think you were that old, Andrew. And my favorite of all, Silent Night, because there's a misquoted lyric, "Round John version, mother and child," instead of "Round John version, virgin, mother and child." Basically, what this does is tell every singer that they need to enunciate clearly. Now, let's enjoy Melanie and Andrew as they light a candle.
Light a candle for the old man who sits staring at a frosty window pane.
Light a candle for the woman who is lonely, and every Christmas it's the same. For the children who need more than presents can bring. Light a candle, light the dark, light the world, light a heart or two. Light a candle for me, I'll light a candle for you.
Light a candle for the homeless and the hungry, a little shelter from the cold.
Light a candle for the broken and forgotten. May the season warm your soul. Can we open our hearts to shine through the dark?
Light a candle,
Light the dark, light the world, light a heart or two. Light a candle for me, I'll light a candle for you. And in this special time of year, when peace on play that bends. We must somehow learn that love's the greatest gift that we could ever give. Light a candle, light the dark, light the world, light a heart or two. Light a candle for me, I'll light a candle for you. Light a candle, light the dark, light the world, light the heart or two. Light a candle for me,
Light a candle for you.
light a candle for me,
Light a candle for you.
light a candle for me.
I'll light a candle for you.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary soul rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious dawn. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angel voices. Oh, night divine. Oh, night when Christ was born. Oh, night divine. Oh, night divine. Truly he taught us to love one another. His law is love, and his gospel is peace. Chains shall he break, for the slave is our brother, and in his name all oppressions shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy in grateful chorus raise we, let all within us praise his holy name. Christ is the Lord. Then
going to ask you all to join in with us again as we sing Angels We Have Heard on High. One of my favorite songs to ever come out at Christmas was a little thing that was put together by Bing Crosby. And, oh my gosh, my mind just blanked.
Peace on Earth, Little Drummer Boy?
Yes. David Bowie.
Oh,
That's where my mind blanked. It's all those misquoted lyrics, I'm sure. Anyways, the choir is going to do a beautiful rendition of Peace on Earth, Little Drummer Boy. And then they're going to follow it with a wonderful song called Sing, Mary, Sing. You know, of course, it was not a silent night. Anyone who has ever given birth or been around a birth knows that. That was wonderful, choir. Thank you all so very much. You know, as a young child, I told my mother, when I grow up, I want to be a choir singer. To which my mother responded, well, honey, you know you can't do both. I had very supportive parents. They were always asking when I was going to get a real job. And even the neighborhood was supportive. Apparently my piano playing was so good that people used to throw stones at the window in order to hear me better. At least that's what my sister said. Many years later, my husband and I moved here to Hamilton with our family of 4 young daughters. We became members at Pioneer United, and I did in fact join their choir. The first Sunday that I processed down the center aisle with the choir, I heard a little girl stage whisper to her mother, "I thought you had to have white hair to be in the choir." Such a blessing. We're almost at the end of our time together. In fact, my duties are done. It's all right. You can all exhale a sigh of relief. Thank you so much for inviting me, Andrew. And thank you to the Trinity United Choir for their wonderful music. And if you don't feel Christmassy by now, boy, oh boy. And now, a wonderful treat. I heard the bells on Christmas Day with Melanie singing and Andrew playing and our multi-talented camera person, Irene, on the clarinet.
Well, we are nearing the end of our program tonight. I'd like to thank you
all for tuning in, comfortable at your own homes, nice and safe. It's been an absolute pleasure, I think I can say on behalf of everybody here, to be performing for you today. And we look forward to doing this again in the near future, hopefully with some actual people in the pews next time. On behalf of everybody here at Trinity United Church, the choir, myself, and everybody involved in today's performance, we wish you a very safe, happy holiday season, and we hope to see you in the spring. We invite you to join along in our last number today, which is Feliz Navidad. We wish you a Merry Christmas, to spread some good old holiday cheer. And when you sing this, we would invite you to sing as loud and as strong as you possibly can, because you can do that in your own home. So, without further ado, I think we'll take it away. Thank you all for joining us.